Lieutenant, can you confirm if the shot was fired at the offices?
Affirmative, sir. That's one shot through the door, Central. The pump is still contained in the apartment. We got more shots fired here. Where is he?
Shots fired here to 4.
Lieutenant. Being fired?
Okay, who's in the apartment with him? Just the grandmother and the perp. Is that a start with?
No, it's just the grandmother and the perp, Central. We don't know if the grandmother is the hit or not.
This is the 300-boat project.
This is the 300-bolt project. This is the 300-bolt project.
Cody's Custom Gun Works has been in existence since 1989. Mr. Cody Lee founded that after he retired from school teaching. He had been a gunsmith prior to that, but on a smaller scale, and he incorporated in 1989. Right now there are one other gunsmith involved in this, and that's Mr. Dave Morreau. Cody is responsible for the working guns for serious people, and Dave builds the finest tactical rifle and tactical system in the world.
I've been a gunsmith since 1966, and I built my first rifle. I've been very much involved in long-range shooting, and tactical weapons and weapon systems. I've spent time in the military. I served in Vietnam.
I taught welding, sheet metal, machine shop, machine and architectural drafting in the high school for 30 years. I retired in 1989 and opened Cody's Gun Works. At that time, I had been building guns for over 30 years, but had not made it a business. I've been in business since 1989, and I build working guns for serious shooters. I'm not into the beautiful guns so much as I am in guns for people to use.
The gunsmiths have developed a bullet or a cartridge that is in a .223 casing pushing a .30 caliber bullet. This is not new, but it's never been perfected to the point that we have. We went about this, first of all, looking for a round to use for hog hunting. But this evolved further than that when we saw the potential for SWAT team or police use. So that's when the experimentation and the, if you call it the research and development, really took hold. We went through the steps of finding the right bullet, the right combination, the right cartridge, the right length of the cartridge, and the right length of the barrel, the right length of the chamber. Many different things, many things were tried. A lot of results were met. The instance or what we were really pushing to do after we began looking at the military side or the police side was to have a better round than the AK-47, which shoots a 7.62 by 39 bullet, and something more powerful than the .223 or the AR-15, which is what the good guys carry. The bad guys have the 7.62 by 39, and it's considerably more powerful than the .223. So our object was to get something that was more powerful, had less recoil, and could be adapted to the present weapons that our police force are using. We've come up with a system that will adapt to an AR-15 platform. It also can be built into a bolt for a tactical sniper weapon for the team. And then the other turn of the coin with this is that this can also be adapted to hunting use or personal use. And the bullet itself also is a fine hunting good for hogs or deer, for that matter. It's very accurate out to 200 yards. Matter of fact, it's pinpoint. Probably out to 300, you're really in good shape. It reduces collateral damages for police, and it gives them more firepower than than the bad guys. Is the best I can say. That's our point. We've accomplished everything that we wanted to accomplish. We've tried it. It works properly, feeds properly, and we believe that this will be the new round of choice for law enforcement and small sporter.
All right, what makes the 300 bolt so unique is that the ammunition's brass is readily available, that the bullet weight is extremely accurate for the round, and the velocities make it extremely potent for what it needs to be, what it's designed for. The weight factor, if they had to carry a lot of this, is like carrying a 223 almost. There's not that much difference between the two rounds in weight. Cost of shooting this round in large amounts is far less than a .308 or any of the other high caliber weapon systems. It's just a nice package where an officer can have this if he gets into a situation where he's got to stop a bank robber in a vehicle. It's capable of going through the doors into the body and not exiting the vehicle where they have collateral damage.
We are dealing with a particular package of armament or weapons that are suitable for police uses. Most of the weapons that are produced today are way too powerful and too long distance for police uses. Most police shooting is at 70 yards or less. Most sniper weapons are for 500 yards or more. And most of the trained snipers are trained from 500 yards to 1,500 yards. They want big calibers, they want big scopes, they want everything. The police, they want a precision instrument to deal with a hostage situation so that it takes out the perpetrator and doesn't give any collateral damage.
We laid out the lines, we took components of different things and made a chamber and a rifle and created a round, not knowing that there was a round in existence like this. We did not know this. And we developed it and we had it working and firing in 8 hours. At that time, we started to address all the problems with the bolt gun. And we got it to the point in length and everything where it was a full-size 223 case, and all we did with it was just expand it to a 30 caliber. After we perfected that round and the bolt action, then we tackled the problems with the AR platform in terms of feed, chambering, and the issues around that. The biggest problem was, in modern day type terms, they use reverse engineering. If it was going to work, they had to be shorter, not longer. And to keep the same length on the same cartridge case, it eliminated having to redo or modify the action itself or the bolt face itself. All it did was, what do you do with the magazine system? How do you make it feed? And what are the problems? So we went ahead and we tackled these, and then we developed the rounds. The problem that we had in the beginning, we tried 15, 20 different powders, different bullet weights, different bullet designs. None of that seemed to get us to the velocities of a magic number. A magic number of 2,500 feet per second on an expandable bullet that would give you the expansion that you need to make it terminal and hold the energy and produce the energy that you're looking for. So when we redesigned the chamber and we went to a powder with a shortened chamber, and the velocities went from 2,300 feet per second to 26 in one shot. Just pop, just those modifications made, okay? When we got into the feeding problems with the magazine, we conquered those, and at this point, with the demonstrations that have already been held with SWAT teams, the Coast Guard, there's been a significant increase in cyclic rate as far as semi-automatic goes. It has operated flawlessly. It feeds perfectly. There does not seem to be any malfunctions from a mechanical standpoint in terms of the action nor the feed mechanism. So we're very, very pleased with that. The other side of the coin is that this weapon in an AR platform gives an individual a tremendous amount of firepower over an AK-47 or SKS, or what they would normally run into on the street, which is more powerful than what a cop carries. So it puts them at a disadvantage. The other side of the coin is collateral damage. Now, the problems with collateral damage on large caliber is that if you go back to the IRA's war in Dublin and Northern Ireland, there was a tremendous amount of collateral damage with bullets going through buildings, killing innocent people and all that. They have the same problem here. So police officers in a municipality with a large population area have to have a precision weapon that is surgical, and also have a weapon that is capable of going through walls, hitting their mark, and then dissipating. In other words, it's so terminal, and we get such expansion that once it goes through the wall, hits its target, 85% of it will stay within the body of the target. And that is very important. Now, there's been some new developments coming up in bullet design. We are currently working on that. See, Cody Gunworks is not just a small custom gunworks. We build custom rifles. We're an R&D side of this thing. In other words, this whole concept was out of an R&D project, is what we want to call it, you know. And we have other things on the plate. We have other things that are accessories to the system. Flash suppressors. We've designed a new flash suppressor. One of our people that we work with designed this. It eliminates flash completely. It lowers sound, and it cuts down recoil.
We are real happy with this project. It's a project that really started not with us, but with other people back in the late 60s. They used this round for silhouette shooting, which is shooting steel chickens and pigs and rams and turkeys out to 500 yards, standing up. But at that time, they didn't have these modern powders and the quality of bullets that we have today. And so it died. It didn't go anywhere. We have taken it to the next step. We have not invented this, but we have perfected it. We are proud that we have this round and these platforms and are able to supply this cartridge and we called it the 300 bolt.
Now, Cody's Custom Gun Works is personal. We'll take your individual needs and give you exactly what you want.
What makes Cody's Gun Works different than other standard posts, we are providing a round in a caliber that performs as advertised. In other words, all of the testing, all of the quality control, everything that we do produces a reliable weapon system that does not fail when you need it.
We want to build a package for each individual situation. We don't want to have to say take it or leave it. Every instance is a situation unto itself. We definitely want to have the end user pleased with what we have to offer.
This is what the original, the first block is. Tore up like this. This first block of gelatin. And the second block here has a clean entrance. That's a clean entrance hole. If you turn it sideways, you can see the fracture lines. We're going to open it up and see if we can't find a bullet. Yes, right here. And hole. Here is our bullet located into the second block, approximately 19 inches penetration. The bullet, more than that, this is 24 inches. Okay, and this is a forearm complete. Roughly 1 inch in diameter, and that is peeled back to the ogive, which is where the curve starts on the bullet. I haven't weighed it yet, of course, but I would say that it probably weighs 70, 75 grams. That is absolutely wonderful expansion in ballistic gelatin. It would do that at least that well in flesh. I think that what we have here is a winner. We have an entrance of the ballistic gel, the impact of the implosion from the ballistic gel tearing, which forced the plywood to implode into the brick. Now we're going to take the other piece of the ballistic gel, which we have right here, and we're going to determine the entry, which is here. And now we're going to recover, which, if you can see, is 12 inches. At the 12-inch mark, this is 12 inches, and this is another 6 inches to where the bullet is. The bullet is entered here and went to here, which is approximately half of this block, or a little more than half. So we're looking at 18 inches approximately. Now we're going to cut the block of gel and recover the bullet. And we have the bullet. Mr. Cody, would you please explain to the people what this is? This bullet is a perfect mushroom. It is approximately 1 inch in diameter. There's no core separation. All the petals are folded back in an equal manner.
You couldn't ask for a better expansion or terminal ballistics on anything. That's the kind that we'll send back to Sierra and they'll put it in the magazine. That is perfect expansion. It is exactly what we were looking for. We are very pleased this gets it done.